is the Rangers Journal now.
Evening everybody and welcome back to post-match reaction to Rangers 2, St Johnstone 0. Deano, how are you doing, mate?
I'm good, thanks, mate. How are you?
Aye, not bad at all, not bad at all. What did you make it up?
It's kind of what I thought would happen, but lacklustre, to be fair. Aye.
Aye, I'd agree with that, mate. I'd agree with that. I'm just looking at the fixtures since we returned for international break. That's what 1-0 win over Dundee United, 3-0 win over Dundee in the League Cup, 2-0 win over Malmo, 1-0 win over Hibs, pumped off Leo, and then a 2-0 win. So that's about 1, 2, 3, 4. So won my last 5 domestic games, 5 clean sheets. You can't really complain with that, can you?
No, it's the response, I guess, it was needed after the abysmal start to the season. So,
aye, definitely, mate, definitely. Obviously, we'll start with first half, I suppose. Wasn't really much happening. Then Czerny broke the deadlock. I think he needed that goal tonight, didn't he?
Oh, aye, definitely. Do his confidence a world of good, and it'll give the players around him confidence, because when you've got players in attacking positions that aren't getting the numbers in, the rest of the players will begin to lose faith and confidence in that player. So he needs to be scoring and assisting, given he's in an attacking position. So yeah, great goal to score as well.
His celebration kind of told me that he's maybe needed it, and managers maybe been having some words in his ear. Would you agree?
Aye. I think that's quite an accurate assessment, to be fair. And it also shows, I guess, as well, that he's invested in it, irrespective of it just being a loan for him. He's invested in, and obviously that was a reaction that, he's actually invested, and he's not just here to make the numbers up.
Aye, I'd agree with that, mate. First half, there wasn't really much else that can be said for it. I think it was was a lacklustre performance. I don't think we get Badrami on the ball enough, did we? Or Barami, sorry.
No, they definitely wasn't on the ball enough to impact the game. I just felt that every time he was getting the ball, though, he's constantly thinking in his head. He needs to be on the ball as much as possible. And it kind of showed that he wasn't on the ball much, given how, lacklustre the performance of the first half was for me.
Aye. Nicholas came in saying that midfield is a worry. What did you make of midfield tonight?
That's probably the best game I've seen Raskin play for a year and a half. If I'm being quite honest with you, I thought he was pretty good for me. Didn't put a foot wrong for me. Good energy, and it's good to see him coming in and actually playing a decent game of football, which is obviously not something I've seen for a while.
I need to agree with that. Are you worried, Dean, about the level of performances and stuff we're churning out? See, when I'm looking at the team, I look at the likes of Barron, the middle of the park, and I think, right, sometimes I think he's playing as a 6, sometimes I think he's playing as an 8. He's all over the place. It's not really any positional sense, but I think Raskin coming in tonight helped put a structure in midfield, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. I loved Barron in the 8 tonight. He was brilliant. I want to see him in that position more often. So I think one thing that we lack is that number 6 that we both said that we needed in the summer. So if we've got Raskin that can play that for the time being and rotate the 8 between Diomande and Barron, or play so between now and January, then I guess we'll just have to go with that and hope that there's not going to be too many suspensions and injuries. Touch wood.
Aye, I know. What did you make of Barami in the 10 tonight? Do you think it was? I don't think it was effective enough. Wasn't there enough space for him, was there? I think when he's playing off the left, you can see what Comone's trying to do. He's trying to bring him in the park and give him a wee bit of movement on the ball. And Jeff taking bomb down the other side of him. I thought in the 10, he was stuffed out against a low block tonight.
Aye. I'll be honest as well. I think that's maybe going to come down to experience playing against a low block. It's not something that he would have come across a lot previously in Scottish football. Low block is a lot different. So I think the more that he'll play in that number 10 role and get used to how teams set up, he'll be more equipped in that position for me.
Aye, I need to agree. Defence pretty stable tonight. There wasn't really much today. Jack Butland tried to get his heat taken off in the second half. I don't really think he had much today either. But pretty calm night for him. Half time comes with the return of Yanis Adji. He went from hero to zero very quickly. And when I say zero, I don't mean that I don't like him now. It's just it's frustration, isn't it? It's frustration that's happened after he's come on. He's zipped a ball in very well to Cherney, which has created a second goal. I thought Hadji was very good tonight when he came in.
Aye, came in and did exactly what I've been shouting about for months for him to come in and do. So, it was that typical Hadji boom, your drilled fastball straight to feet. You know, accuracy in his passing's ridiculous. And you know, looking at the sort of the way that the red card happened, Hadji isn't a player that's got a bit of malice in his body. There's no intention to injure anybody, but that's the lad on the ball for St Johnstone, I forget his name, that had really, really quick feet. And a split second, it's one of the 9 times out of 10 you're winning that ball, do you know? But the defender had like ridiculously quick feet and slowing it down. It does look, you know, it's a red card. There's no complaints, but it's just one of the challenges. And if it's going to, let's just, you know, think, well, he's going to be suspended for 3 games, and then if it's 2, you know, it'll be a good surprise.
Aye, that's it, mate. That's it. I just think his career's dead at Rangers just now. Has been dead stop-start for Stevie G's left. Didn't go on Mobile, get a new contract. He's had injuries. He's had loan moves. He's another contract dispute that's just been fixed out. He comes in, he gets an assist, gets his cell sent off. He's got another 2 weeks up. Well, probably going to be off for another 4 weeks now. I'd imagine he'll be away from Romania, but then he'll come back and he'll be sitting in the stand for another 2 games. It's not good for the boy. Desser's up front. What did you make of him tonight?
Words fail me. I fail to see what people see in him. Like, that header is a centre forward's dream.
Right.
You know, that's a dream ball for a centre forward. And you know, coming off and, you know, taking his on-field antics to then sitting in the dugout, that's quite, you know, embarrassing, pathetic behaviour for a Rangers player to be, you know, showing. Like, did Hadji once do that when he was in the B team? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Aye, I know
you've been subbed because you've been rank rotten. Do you know? Like, he should have been subbed before that, in my opinion. So he's got to realise that he's got a level of performance that he needs to adhere to at this club, and that wasn't it. And Agaman came on for him, which was the right thing to do.
I think when Nicholas just said in the comments he was angry at himself, I think I would probably agree. I think he knew that he wasn't up to standard tonight, and it was just a bit miffed off at his own performance. Agaman, when he came on, I don't really... Obviously, when he started his Rangers career, there's been a bit of hype built about the boy, which was fair to say. We've seen some nice touches, some brief good cameos off the bench. He's not really done it at Ibrox, I think it's fair to say. It's early days. He needs that first goal, though, doesn't he?
Aye, that's it. As soon as the first goal comes, I think the rest will all fall into place. And again, it's kind of using that stop-start phrase, Scotty. He's not actually, you know, came in and been getting consistent minutes as well. So, you know, I think maybe the first game that we have back after the international break will be interesting to see if the manager goes with Igaman up front to go and start him. which I think is the right thing to do, to actually give him that start and give him that opportunity.
I thought, just getting back to defence a wee minute, I thought Proper was pretty decent tonight. I thought any time St Johnstone tried to break, he seemed to be in the right place on the left-hand side of defence. I've not really got any concerns with Proper just now, have you?
No, he's coming into a game and growing into the shirt every game. Best performance he's had since he signed for us.
Aye, definitely, mate. Definitely. Tavernier, how do you think Tav played tonight?
Fairly easy game for him, but again, miffed that he's getting another 90 minutes. Just, and I don't know how to pronounce the new right back. That's the one. Cheers, mate. Comes on for Tierney, who's on a hat trick. You know, one of them. Like, just baffles me then to put Tav at right wing. But why, when he's, you know?
Anyway, I know what you mean. I thought Tav was solid enough tonight, but it's St Johnstone at the end of the day, so there's a wee bit of context needed in that. How are you feeling about Rangers going into the international break?
Well, I was wanting as I said in the short, I wanted a performance for us to actually go on with a high. And I know it's a 2-0 win, but this St Johnstone team, no disrespect to them, are not particularly good at the moment. And, you know, they just got an absolute gubbin last weekend at home. And we're at home against them after, you know, getting a gubbin ourselves. And Europe, we really wanted the players to be getting a 3-4-0 type performance for me. So, it's a 2-0 win, another clean sheet. But I wanted a higher improvement. But still, we've got to take the positives.
I think after Thursday night, it's a decent enough kind of result to take in and build upon after an international break. And when we come back for an international break for Kilmarnock away, so we're coming up with a wee bit of a crunch time. Kilmarnock in decent enough form. They've won the last 2 or 3 games, I think, under McInnes. That's going to be a bit of a challenge. So we'll really see where our squad's at as far as I'm concerned. But having the likes of Hadji available isn't helping. I don't know.
No.
Finally just got him back, that happens. But overall, I'm happy enough with 3 points and a clean sheet tonight. Fair play to the team. They've done really, really well since they come back for the last international break, keeping 5 clean sheets in the league, 5 wins, 5 solid enough performances on it. I would say domestically, it's looking pretty positive just now.
That is, yes. And maybe we'll have more players back as well. Maybe Cortez and Danilo. Maybe.
Aye. Maybe Matondo as well. Redvander.
So good to have some numbers back in terms of, you know, rotation and things like that. So and you know, resting players for Europe, things like that. It will be really good for the manager to have that sort of headache, so to speak.
Aye, I need to agree, mate. I need to agree. Right, well, I think we'll wrap up there. If you have any comments, please smash a like button for us. We'll be back at 6:30 tomorrow night. Billy will be hosting the show. We'll maybe have a look at Hadji's performance, see what he can maybe bring to the team. We'll break the goals down, break the performance down, and then that will be another week at Rangers Journal. So thank you for tuning in, Dean. Cheers for coming on.
Always a pleasure and a privilege, mate.
Cheers, pal. Right,
Cheers, mate.
Please like and subscribe. Like us on all our socials, Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. We're also on Twitter, obviously. And we'll catch you later on. Remember, every night is Rangers Journal night. Good night.